Coming up on the Paper Talk today, all the news is focusing on the Arsenal game and that epic win at the Emirates, so let's get into it. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm outside Old Trafford and it's a bit cold, but who cares? Because it feels like we're in the sunshine, because Manchester United have won again under Michael Carrick, going to the Emirates and winning 3-2, which, if you watch the watch-along, I actually predicted. An amazing result, an amazing performance, and just... honestly, I'm still not over it. I'm still absolutely buzzing. Back-to-back performances and wins now over big teams, over teams at the top of the table, and Michael Carrick is certainly put himself in that conversation about his future and about becoming a permanent Manchester United manager, which we'll get into as well, because there's sort of conflicting opinions on that one. But first of all, let's just talk a little bit about that result, about the reaction to it. Everyone absolutely waxing lyrical about what Manchester United achieved at the Emirates. There was a few people after last week who were trying to sort of downplay it a little bit, saying, well, City were missing these players, and especially when City lost against Bodo Glimt a few days later. Well, our City having won a little bit, maybe it's not quite the result that Manchester United made it out to be. And it was all a load of nonsense. Manchester United were fantastic against Manchester City, a very good Manchester City side who have got a good chance of becoming champions at the end of the season. So you can't really downplay it, even though people try to. However, you go to the Emirates, there's no sort of downplaying anything there. Arsenal have a fantastic record at the Emirates. They more or less, almost unbeatable there. I think is it August last time lost? I can't remember last time lost there. It's a long time ago anyway, and they've had a lot of big results there. So you go in there, you're playing against a team that are pretty clear at the top of the table, and Manchester United did what we needed to do. Not only did we do what we needed to do, we came back from being a goal behind, and I think it's like 24 times this season where Arsenal have gone ahead, 24 times they'd won. So you know the job at hand, how difficult it's going to be, but Manchester United showed everything that epitomises what I think Manchester United are about. Attacking football, going for it, never giving up, fighting, battling for everything. It was just amazing to watch. It really was. I'm running out of words. I still can't get over it. And I think that Michael Carrick and all the players as well deserve their flowers. I don't think you can criticise a single player on that pitch yesterday. I thought every single Manchester United player turned up. And that's what you need to do. If you're going to beat teams like Arsenal at the Emirates, you need everyone to be on it. Because if one player doesn't turn up, if one player starts making mistakes, that can cost you. And there wasn't any of that. From the goalkeeper to the defenders, midfielders and attackers, they were fantastic. Now, one player who was absolutely phenomenal, again, was old Dorgu with an all-time goal. He went off injured. Panic. Is the season over? We can't lose him. Michael Carrick spoke after the game and said it could be cramp. So we'll have a little bit more of an update later on this week, probably ahead of the Fulham game. We'll find out just how fit he is. Maybe we'll find out something during the week as well, whether he's been back in training. But it might not be as serious as feared, because initially it looks like it could be a hamstring injury. Hamstring injuries can usually keep you out from anything to sort of usually around the 6-week mark, sometimes a little bit longer. It's difficult, depends how sort of serious the hamstring injury is. But if it's cramp, he should be fine for the Fulham game, because he's gone from being someone you think, oh, does he even start for Manchester United, to being absolutely essential and probably the best player in the Premier League. Just more on the sort of reaction. Michael Carrick was playing down slightly the sort of the idea of him being the permanent manager, talking about the job he's got to do. Sky put it to him about, put yourself in the conversation for the permanent job. Does this mean you're looking at the job permanently? Do you think you can get the job permanently? I'm paraphrasing the questions, but that was the gist of it. He, however, said he's got a job to do now. It's been talks about the last 2 weeks, how good the last 2 weeks have been, and how it's only been 2 weeks, which is kind of bizarre in it, because it's difficult to grasp that he only came in a couple of weeks ago. It feels like this team and Michael Carrick have been working together for a couple of years, but they've not been. It's just been 2 weeks, and he's been able to get the kind of performances that we've not seen. I don't want to get carried away. It feels like I've not seen these performances since Fergie. We probably have seen him since then. But two of the best performances I've seen post-Alex Ferguson have been the last 2 weeks. You can't deny that, because they've been absolutely unreal. So Michael Carrick and his coaching staff have to take a lot of credit for that. And is he going to get the job permanently? Well, people have different opinions on that. Club legends have different opinions on that. Wayne Rooney, speaking on the Match of the Day and speaking elsewhere as well, has said that he's certainly in that conversation. If he keeps winning the matches, keeps winning football matches, and gets Manchester United into the Champions League, then who knows? It's certainly not beyond the realms of possibility that you could see Michael Carrick being given the job as a permanent manager. Roy Keane, however, has a different take on it. he more or less said that Michael Carrick can win every game between now and the end of the season, and he shouldn't get the job permanently. Roy Keane feels like he needs someone with more experience, someone who's won things, someone who's probably been in management a little bit longer than Michael Carrick to come in and take the job. Look, I'm not going to sit on the fence with this. I'm going to be honest with you. If Michael Carrick was to get us into the Champions League, if we keep performing like we have been doing under him, I know it's only 2 weeks, but if we carry on this, and if we end up sort of at the end of the season with a manager who's turned this team around, who's got a Champions League football, who's got a response from the players, who's got the fans buzzing again, then yeah, I'd be all for Michael Carrick getting the job. I really would. I think that people will look back and go, well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did really good as interim, and then we give him the job and it all went to, belly up. That's not entirely true. You have to look back at what happened with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in and he did have a phenomenal run, you're right, but he also lost 2 games and then we gave him the permanent job, which was weird. And we gave him the permanent job in the middle of a season. We didn't give him it at the end of the season when we could take stock properly as to what he'd achieved. We gave it him with, I think there was still 3 or 4 months left of the season to go, and then the wheels came off. So that's not entirely true. Also, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sent United. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and pretend it was all sunshine and rainbows, but it wasn't quite the disaster that everyone's painting out to be. We did finish 3rd and 2nd and have some good cut runs. Now, ultimately, he got sacked. He didn't succeed. But I don't think we can just look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Michael Carrick as the same person in the same situation, because they're not, and it ain't. So I think you take stock at the end of the season. But if Michael Carrick has got us into the Champions League spots and has carried on these performances, this run, has got a reaction from the players, has got the place buzzing again, then yeah, I'd be all for it. I really would. And I might have contradicted myself with what I've said in the past. I don't care. It's just how I feel. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know what you think. Do you disagree with, or do you disagree with me, or do you agree with Roy Keane, or do you disagree with Roy Keane and agree with what Wayne Rooney's saying? Let us know what you think about that. Just talking about the players and the response we've seen. Michael Carrick's been very quick to praise players. He praised Patrick Dorgu. He praised Matheus Cunha. Obviously, he's finishing as well. He praised players like Sesko and Cunha because they've been on the bench, not featuring as much, but when they've come on, they've shown a response, they've shown what they should be doing, because it's easy to sort of keep players happy when they're playing every week, but then when you're asking them to come off the bench, even when they've come off the bench like Cunha did last week and done really well, and they're still not getting in the team, some players don't respond to that. Some players get a little bit aggy and a little bit deflated. However, it does seem like Michael Carrick is keeping everyone happy. I know it's only early days, it's only been two matches, but if you're someone like Benjamin Sesko, and you've come here, you're a big signing, you're one of Europe's top strikers, and you've got a game against Manchester City, and you don't play in it at all, you don't feature at all, you might be a bit miffed. And then you go to the Emirates, and you're still on the bench, you might be a bit upset about that, but we haven't seen anyone throwing the toys out of the pram. It does seem like Michael Carrick has been able to balance this squad and get everyone singing from the same song sheet, and that's something that was missing over the previous regime. We saw players that weren't happy, players that feel a little bit miffed about being left out. We're not seeing that so far from this squad. Everyone seems to be working together, and that's what you need as well. One player that wasn't featuring under Ruben Amorim but is featuring under Michael Carrick is Kobbie Mainoo. Had a very good game again yesterday. It's back-to-back games he started for Michael Carrick, and back-to-back games he's played very well. Played well against Manchester City, played well at the Emirates. I think Statman Dave did a stat about 100% long ball accuracy with his long ball passing. Obviously got an assist as well for Matheus Cunha's goal. I think we'll give the credit to Cunha for the finish, aren't we? But it still counts as an assist. But it's great to see Kobbie Mainoo in the team. It pained me to see some of the conversations around Mainoo during the season when he wasn't getting picked. I get that you could understand how he didn't fit into this system, even though I thought the system was wrong and you should be playing Kobbie Mainoo. But we saw people saying he's not good enough, he's not quick enough, he hasn't got the legs for the Premier League. We saw people sort of arguing that we should bring in someone like Ruben Neves or Conor Gallagher and move on Kobbie Mainoo. There was a chance that Kobbie Mainoo was going to go out on loan at one point, or maybe even a permanent transfer. No, I've not been Jason Wilcock's biggest fan. Anyone who watches the channel will know that. But if he's the reason that we kept hold of Kobbie Mainoo, then I will be singing his praises, because letting Kobbie Mainoo go would have been an absolute disaster, and seeing him back in the team, seeing him back doing well, it's just great to see it, and long may it continue, and hopefully it will, and there is still talk of him signing a new deal as well. I'm going to leave it there. We'll be back later on today. We've got all sorts going on the channel. We've got the Paddock podcast later on this afternoon. We've also got the return of Premier League Piss Take. Yes, it is back by popular demand. Adam McCullough and Joe Smith. Talking of Adam McCullough as well, you've got to give him his flowers for that tweet yesterday that went viral. Absolutely smashed it, about how Arsenal fans have been spending all week saying that the 2026 Arsenal team could beat, or this Arsenal team could beat the 2008 Manchester United team, and they can't even beat the 2026 Manchester United United team. Love that tweet, Adam McCullough. Looking forward to seeing Premier League piss take. Go and check out the reaction from the game yesterday. You've got me and Joe, you've got Howson, you've got Andy Tate. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel, and don't forget as well to check out the merch. There's a link in the description for that. I've been Jay Martin. This has been the Paper Talk. I still need to go and have a lie down. I'm still so giddy. Thanks for watching.